Dear you, today I'll take you with me into the woods to make these beautiful macrame feather earrings. So pack your scissors, pliers, a clipboard if you've got one, earring hooks, little loops and some cord, and let's get going. The tools and materials that I am using are linked down below. I love to take my DIY projects outside. There is something very relaxing simply sitting under a tree away from all those temptations and distractions in your apartment, listening to the birds and giving your hands something to do. For the feather, you will need a long thread of cord that will serve you as a base. Mine is around 25 centimeters or 10 inches long. As you've noticed, the cord that I'm using is too thick for my purposes, so I'll only take half of it. Then you'll need a couple of shorter threads. I am using 16 that are 50 centimeters or 6 inches long. How many threads you are using is completely up to you. It depends on how long and big you want your feather to be in the end. Again, I am halving my cord. I tried using the actual cord, but the earring turned out quite massive. Just play around with whatever cord you've got and maybe try different possibilities. Now we get to the knotting. For each knot you need 2 threads. Fold them in half and then one goes over and one goes under the base thread. After, you simply have to pull the ends through the loops on both sides and just tighten it. And repeat that same process with the other threads as well. So again, create a loop by folding them in half, placing them under and over the base thread and pull the ends through the loops on both sides. To create a nice pattern around your base thread, you just have to make sure that you'll either take turns of placing the loops under and over the base thread on the left and on the right, like I am doing, or do it the same each time. I am very sorry, this probably was a very bad English sentence, but I have no idea how to explain better, so please forgive me. When you attach all your threads, it's time to untangle them to create a feather look. You can do this by hand or you can use a comb. I forgot my comb at home, but after this very cute intermission of my dog, you'll see that I actually found a very nice replacement. Again, that is something I love about working in the forest. We are so used to having everything available to us at all times that we hardly ever have to figure out an alternative. And using this little natural comb did the trick just as well as an actual comb would have done it. After I detangled everything, I took 1 or 2 little threads of every main thread and knotted them together. This part is completely optional. I decided to do it to avoid the knots getting loose at some point. And then all that is left to do is cut the threads into the shape of a feather. I simply started to cut bit by bit until I was satisfied with the looks, and then used the first earring as a template for the second one. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, even though you might have seen a million of them before. Let me know in the comments if you've tried it yourself, and then I'll see you in the next video. Till then, as always, love, Lexi.